Parasha Meditation, Parasha Bo. So this is a time now in Shvat, where sometimes even in Yerushalayim, it's white snow, and that is so beautiful and cleansing. So this is a month of the water carrier, the month of cleansing and renewal. And this is also the month that we learn about the exodus from Egypt, the renewal of getting out of the cruel regimen of Pharaoh in Egypt. And so the Pasha is called Bo, which is really a little bit strange. Bo el Paro, come to Paro. It's a little bit different than what you would expect it to say, because you would expect it to say, how would you expect it to say, Lech el Paro, go to Paro? What do you mean, come to Paro? He's supposed to go to Paro, and it's a very scary thing for Moshe to do so. Even though he grew up in Pharaoh's house, but this going to Paro now is going into the depths of the evil negativity that Pharaoh represents in order to come out of there elevated. And therefore Hashem says, not go, but come. Come with me, and together we will go to Paro. He needed to reassure Moshe that he would be able to be, that Hashem would be with him and help strengthen against him, against Moshe's fears. And so we're going to also learn in this Parasha meditation how to overcome our deepest fears. So Rabbi Shimon said, now it's time to reveal the secrets that are bound above and below. It says, come to Pharaoh instead of go to Pharaoh, because God brought Moshe into a chamber within a chamber. He brought him to the supernal and mighty serpent, from which many levels of evil descent. It's actually, Pharaoh is called, there's a pasuk in Yecheskel and Ezekiel that call Pharaoh the mighty serpent. Therefore, Moshe was afraid to approach Pharaoh by himself. And Hashem said, come, we go together, come to Paro. So what was Moshe exactly afraid of? So fear is one of the main spiritual and emotional blocks in most people's lives. We all suffer from various fears, both the known and also especially the unknown fears. Fear is an underlying emotion that affects our unconscious choices and ambitions in so many ways. It even affects our physical health. What makes fear so detrimental is that they're invisible. And we aren't always able to define what it is that we're afraid of. In order to alleviate our fears, we really need to uncover their roots. That's what we do in Emunah healing. That's what we try to do in any case. And then that will prepare us for facing our worst fears. Now, this is at the verge of the seventh plague. Moshe was terrified when he was told that he's going to enter into the core essence of Pharaoh. That is so scary. The Pharaoh's evil, the great serpent. And Hashem said, come with me. You are not alone. I will come with you. I will help you. I will support you. And I will help you eradicate evil in its core. And so I think that together with fear is very often connected with loneliness. Like when, it's a funny thing because, let's say I go out in nature in Bahrain in my yeshuv and hike, and all alone. So it's a little bit scary, especially after what happened to this woman Esther in the Shemron. Hashem should elevate her soul. But like, if there was one person with me, if we were two, even two women, it would be much less scary. And it's not really logical, because it's not like, I don't want to go there, but you know what I'm talking about. It's not like two women are more safe than one in terms of like what we're up against. God forbid, lo aleinu, and Hashem yishmor tanu, v'yishlach et kol malachav yishmorenu. But it's just like an emotional, like psychological feeling. If I'm not alone, if someone is with me, everything's going to be okay. So it is like, when you feel that way, then it is more likely that it will be okay when you have that security. So that's what Hashem is ensuring Moshe. Come with me, you're not alone. And this is what we have to remember, that we're really never alone. We're always, Hashem is always coming with us. And so when we feel that, and I know like many examples of people who felt, Ein od milvato, Hashem is there, there's nothing but Hashem, that even an enemy, a dangerous enemy was facing them, he didn't do any, like they couldn't do anything. This is the story of Daniel with the lions, how the lions didn't attack him. It had to do with his trust in Hashem. And the lions could feel that. And so that's why Hashem tells Moshe, come with me, I'm with you. But it's also a message for us for all times to know, no matter how lonely we may feel, especially in our loss and pain, we're not alone, we're never alone. Okay, so now to the meditation. Sit comfortably in your chair or on a cushion on the floor, whatever you like, with your back straight. Close your eyes. Take several deep breaths and allow yourself to get in touch with your body. As you breathe and relax, become aware of any possible tension throughout your body. Visualize the letters of the word Bo, come. While inhaling, visualize the Hebrew letter B, Bet, and while exhaling, visualize the Hebrew letters Aleph, the Hebrew letter Aleph. So let's try that. Bo, Bo. Bo. Go deeper into yourself with each inhalation. While exhaling, imagine attaching yourself to the Aleph, the oneness of Hashem. Rather than going in order of the Aleph Bet, you're going backward from the Bet to the Aleph. The world is created with the building blocks of the letters of Aleph Bet. Imagine going backward into your own creation to a more primal, inert part of your essential being. Now think of a difficulty that you fear in your life. It may be a recurrent kind of difficulty or a goal that you have been unable to meet despite resolutions to reach it over and over. Allow yourself to face your fear of failure. Let your breath take you wherever it takes you, and ask Hashem, which fear is blocking me from reaching X goal? You insert your own goal. Of which fear is blocking me from overcoming X? And each of you add your own. We'll do it again and you'll know what to add. Which fear is blocking me from reaching goal Or which fear is blocking me from overcoming? Then just be still without trying to visualize or breathing in any particular way, and open yourself up to receive Hashem's answer for you. Keep breathing naturally until the fear that is blocking you from achieving your goal surfaces in your mind's eye. If you feel blank, just keep repeating the question over and over until you receive some kind of answer. When you have discovered the underlying fear preventing you from succeeding in a certain area, recite the following positive affirmation. I choose to allow Hashem's light to eradicate the fear of X, whatever that was. Say it again so that you all have it clear what it is that you want to overcome. I choose to allow Hashem's light to eradicate the fear of, and have it in mind and get in touch with the feeling of your fear as you say that. Allow yourself to get in touch with where in your body this fear is located. Breathe into that part of your body. Become aware of the shape and color of your fear. Perhaps it's like a big black hole or a dark bulging mass. Imagine Hashem's light entering you from above your head, and visualize taking this light and bringing it into the place of your fear as your as you breathe slowly in a relaxed way. Keep infusing your fear with Hashem's light. Envision the black mass representing your fear slowly evaporating as you assure yourself that you are not alone in your fear. Hashem is right there with you, supporting you and helping you overcome even your deepest fears. Continue this visualization until the black mass representing your fear has totally disappeared. Then slowly tap your hands and feet on the floor and on the table before opening your eyes and turning to regular awakened state, relieved and with a lighter feeling. So it's really important to work on overcoming that fear that's accompanying loneliness, and especially at this time of social distancing. What we're doing now, for example, together in Imuna Healing Circle, is a great way to alleviate that feeling of loneliness, to be together, to heal together. The plague of darkness that's mentioned in this week's Parasha Bo, it teaches us also a lesson about love and compassion. It says that the darkness was so thick that a person could not see another person and that they could not leave their place. So this is a kind of darkness of loneliness, because in order to really see our friend, we need to be willing to move and stand in his place. But when we are insensitive to the suffering of others, ignoring their pain and despair, we create the deepest emotional darkness. That's the darkness and the loneliness. The more we reach out and try to feel someone else, the more it helps us alleviate and cope with our own fears. And there's a story about that I just want to end with, from Rabbi Moshe Lev Sassover, that he learned from from two Russian peasants. They were in an inn. They were thoroughly drunk, and they were draining the last drops from the bottle of strong Ukrainian vodka. One of them, in a slurred, drunken drawl, yelled to his friend, "Igor, do you love me?" Igor, somewhat surprised by the question, answered, "Of course, Ivan, of course I love you." "No, no," insisted Ivan. "Do you really love me, really?" "What do you think? I don't love you? Of course I love you. You're my best friend, Ivan." "Oh, yes, yes," countered Ivan. But if you really, really love me, then why don't you know what hurts me and the pain I have in my heart?" So what do we learn from this? That it's all about developing the deepest compassion for the pain of our fellow, and that will help us step out of our loneliness and of our own fear when we can really connect with the feelings of our fellows. So